All right, we're back. Welcome back to another episode of Monthly Music. This is
Monthly
episode
music.
3. We do need to make some like intro music for this. I think it'd be really fun.
Some
Except
iCarly type button. Pew 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 pew.
I'll get you a sound device and you could just trigger it randomly.
Just a
It would be
soundboard.
so chaotic. Well,
Good
when we get the
times.
budget for it, we'll do it. But this
When we
is,
get a
like I
budget.
said, this is the third episode of Monthly Music for the month of May. Um,
May.
our previous two, obviously March and April. Feel free to go check out those videos. But you don't have to watch those before watching this. But we recommend it if you want to get the vibes right. But Cullen, why don't you let us know what monthly music's all about? What are we doing? What have we been doing this month?
We make a playlist. We both add some songs to it. At the end of the month, when we got the vibe of the playlist, we've, listened to all the songs, we pick our top five. Each of us get a top five, and then we rank them on a tier list, S through F, Z, whichever tiers you want to put in there, you make the tier list. And then for video number three, we rank all of them out of 10, 1 through 10. I usually have the top five spots, usually has the bottom five. Let's see if maybe that changes this month.
Yeah, I mean, you simplified that beautifully. That's how we do things here. And I'm gonna be honest, this has been such a weird month for me for music. Like I feel like I've listened to like a lot of new music. Like I was listening to Lupe Fiasco's like one of his albums I never heard before in the car earlier today.
Didn't even know he had albums.
Right. And like so I've been listening to like a lot of new music, but at the same time I feel like I haven't been listening to music a lot this month. If that makes sense. Like it's been in like spurts.
I was listening to a lot of music. It's just all like stuff that I knew. Like even I literally played a playlist. It said like fresh music or something. Spotify made it for me. I was like, cool, this is gonna be,
Yeah.
good stuff I've never heard before, but it's like songs I've heard. Not one song in that playlist was different than something I've heard. Like every song in that playlist was something that I had heard, hundreds of times before. So I don't know why it was called like fresh new music.
Yeah. I
I
think that's
added three
honestly
songs to the
impressive.
playlist this month.
That's impressive on your part that like they're like, here's some new music, and you're like, Spotify, you're behind on the game. I've been listening to this. Like,
Well, they should know
get it
what's new
together.
for me. It literally
Yeah,
follows
if it's
everything.
geared towards you,
It
yeah.
knows what I listen to.
No, that's whack. No. I know to find my music, I've just literally like I'd find like a song or artist that I'm vibing with that day, and I'll just hit radio and hopefully Spotify gives me something out of that. And I got a few good things, but I mean like this playlist is definitely like, well, we're sitting at 55 minutes, and I feel like that's what our other playlists have been at. So
It was like 59 on an hour 16, and now this one's 55. So they're getting shorter. Next one it's probably gonna be like 4 minutes.
I feel like by the end of the year, we're just not gonna have any music. It's just gonna be one
We're
song that we're
just
gonna
not
talk
gonna have
about.
a song. This is
Christmas
monthly
music.
music. We'll see you next month. And then that's it.
Hopefully, we find music by then.
Yeah, when I was trying to pick my five, I usually look at my songs first,
That's fair.
because it's like I put them on there. I
You
probably
know them.
like
You
them.
know them. Yeah.
Um, and I did put all of the songs on there in my top five, but I only had three songs, so
You had to look at mine for
had to
once.
choose some of yours.
Finally, dog.
And I'm hoping that we don't have any songs the same because I didn't pick any backups. Didn't pick one, so
Yeah, I looked at
if I
adding your
do, I'll have to
I looked at adding
just
your three
rap
to my list because like the Nick D one goes really hard, and that
like me.
Post Malone always goes hard, and so like I looked at those two, but I figured you'd be using those, so like they were safe in the top 10, which is what I wanted, but like I didn't have to waste a spot on them if that makes sense. So I'm excited to talk about yours, but part one of episode 3 here will be focusing on my tier list because you got to go first last time, and I
And
kind
every
of
month we switcheroo.
robbed you last time, so hopefully you don't do the same.
Mm,
But let me.
I've already memorized every artist and all their albums, so I'm not losing this time.
I like it. You're prepared. You did your homework first.
That guy's picking his nose.
But here's my. He's actually not. He's not. It's like right by. Like his fingers right by. It's not picking his
It's
nose.
pretty close.
It's close, but it's not
He's almost
actually.
picking his nose.
Yes, but not actually. Anyways, this is my tier list. As you can see, I've got like some higher up songs this month than the last couple. Um, I found that with this playlist this month, I either like just really was digging a song or just kind of couldn't care less about it. So,
That's
um,
how I'm about life.
we can talk about that after this. But so first up in that B tier, I've got Silhouette by Axe and the Hatchetmen. Never heard of this artist until this month, so and I always say that I'm gonna go look at more of their music, and I always forget to, so I'm not gonna make that promise this time. But then moving up into A tier, you'll see Jack Harlow there with his song "Hey Big Head." That one was like one of his like older songs too. I'm pretty sure, like off like one of his first album, maybe.
It's funny that it's on there because that was going to be my backup one. That was the front runner for my backup.
That one goes hard, and we do also have on here "I'm Good" by Jack Harlow on the playlist, and I was going back and forth between those two because he flows really well on both those songs. So, um, I don't know. Next to that, though, still in the A tier, I've got "Two Tens" by CORDAE featuring Anderson .Paak. One, I don't think I realized that like Anderson .Paak like was more than just like a drummer and like instrumentalist. I didn't realize he rapped. I guess I just missed that memo.
Pretty sure him and Bruno Mars have an entire album together.
Right, him and Bruno Mars have a whole music group, and I thought he was just the producer and instrumentalist on that. Like I thought that's what that collab was. I
Just built
didn't.
different.
Yeah, I never listened to the album. I guess maybe I need to. I haven't listened to Bruno in years, so maybe I need to. And then obviously CORDAE's on there, and I've been listening to CORDAE a lot recently because the NF tour coming up. Plug that real quick.
Woo!
Um,
Don't plug that. We don't have any rights to that.
then moving up into S tier on the right there, I have "I Love You, I Hate You" by Little SIMZ.
I
The,
love you.
the
I
new artist.
hate
It's not
you.
that song though. I keep thinking about that song when I
When I
read
read the
through it
title, that's exactly. I was like, is that
every
really the
time.
song he put on there? Is this the first time he's heard it?
Oh my gosh, no, my emo face loved that song. But no, new artist I got put on, and I will say I did listen to this entire album. I heard about Lil Sims like a couple weeks ago, and this is her "Sometimes I Might Be Introvert" album. Listen to the whole thing. Beautiful album. Really love her style. So yeah, so I will say I did actually listen to her music.
Pretty
And
sure I
then
hated that song.
really, it goes hard. And then my other S tier song, which is just such a good song, is "Silvertooth" by Armani White featuring
Ooh,
ASAP Ferg. Um, yeah, it's just such a
it was Ferg.
yeah, it's Ferg on there, which is why I really like it because
It was rock.
you never like, I feel like I honestly like Ferg more than Rocky, and I don't know if that's a hot like take or anything,
I
but
think it's a wrong take, but whatever.
that's debatable for another episode of this podcast. But just
No better time than the present.
all right.
And we'll see you next episode.
And that's my tier list. Have a good one. All right. First up, my B tier song, we have "Silhouette" by Axe and the Hatchetmen.
So who do I go to when I'm lonely and I need you? I lay my head on a silhouette. It's my bed. My busy schedule's edible, time expendable. I've spent it all on you too. And I'm sorry, but priority still lies higher than you. And I know that you want me, babe, but I just don't have that time to waste. Oh, na 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 na. Why am I so lonely in the middle of a party with all my friends around me? Maybe I speak too softly, and I'm breathing every day, but my head is all decayed and my light on display. But and you're watching my demise, you got a rope around my neck, and I'm just crying in my bed, 'cause I know you don't want me, babe.
So that is Silhouette by Axe and the Hatchetmen. Um, as you can hear, it's definitely one of like my songs, and it's my like style of music I typically listen to. Not quite that like 2008 like TJ Maxx radio station, but
That's so funny you say that because it reminded me of like a 2010-ish movie
yeah, yeah.
where that's like
Oh,
a montage
huge
of
movie
them going
vibes.
through the city,
Yep, yep.
eating ice cream together, having a little fight in the park, rolling
And I
around the
feel
grass. That's what it reminded me of.
and I feel like that's why this is my style. Like this is the music I typically gravitate towards, is because I grew up just loving cinema, loving movies. I still do today. And I spend so much of my time just like either thinking of movie scenes or thinking of like scenes that could be, looking around me and seeing stuff like that. And what adds to that is music like this, where, like you said, like it sounds like it could be in a movie. It creates those images in your head. It creates this whole experience for you. And that's what I love about movies is it pulls you in to experience it with the characters. That's what I love about good music is it pulls you in to experience it with the artist. And I feel like this song is doing that, where it's just such a good vibe. It's pulling you into just like this love story, this person who's just like alone and just wanting to be with this girl. Um, but again, like it's not doing too much. It's not a fancy song. There's no like crazy instrumentals. There's no crazy like deep lyrics. There's no crazy vocals. It's just a straight like all around just good vibe. And I think that's why it's a B tier for me. Is there's nothing stupendous happening.
Right. It's not like some song that sticks out a bunch, just good song.
Yeah, and I think it's one that I could always play with people in the car too, which like is a good mark for a song.
Not with me, but yeah.
Just as long as you're not in that car, but
Right.
everyone else would probably be down for it.
Yeah. If it's like a group of moms, I think that'd be a good car ride.
This is definitely a song I would play with my mom in the car just because I know it's safe. But all right, so that was Silhouette by Axe and the Hatchetmen. Next up, we have Hey Big Head by Jackie Harlow. Is that what people call him these days?
Oh, was that a naughty word that I see?
There's a few. Should we blur them out? What if I cover them on my screen? If I cover it on my screen, can you still see it?
Yeah, I covered it on mine, so we're good.
Okay, so if viewers at home, if you don't want to see the bad words, just cover them with your finger.
Yeah.
And I think that, you have to see the word first. You know what we mean, though. You guys got this. But here's Hey Big Head by Jack Harlow.
Hey, big head. Hey, big head. I'm locked in trying to make this bread. I can't keep on giving you time. I got cash to make instead. She wanna fuck me one-on-one. We might run that train instead. Me and my friend, just like twins, same nutsack and the same dick head. Seen that bitch and we ain't impressed. Thick brunette and she came from Lex. Phone got bugs and it ain't in sex. Fans tuned in when I send my text. Ain't nobody worried about if I'm next. Cause they know I'm next. I thank God, I know I'm blessed. I recall when you threw shade, I can let that shit go, I guess. I locked in, had to go out less. Everybody act like they know best. Her boyfriend ain't fresh, look like someone I'm going out dressed. She so wet, had to hold my breath. Ain't hit since, she know I'm pressed. Fucked up about it. Show my chest, let me flex, bitch. In the flesh, got connects down in Texas. Pussy juice out of eggs, that's my breakfast. Sugar mama 56 off of Craigslist. Can we have a threesome with your fucking best friend? I ain't talking Florida when I say I'm destined. She ain't know my money taller than the West End. Hotel got your bitches checked in. Ex-chick.
Gosh, it goes so hard. And like, it's just, I think what I love about it, I just love rap songs that like don't have a chorus and they just go in and they just like lay it down,
Yeah,
56
they do their
bars or
thing and they
whatever,
get out.
And this song does that right off the bat. The second the beat hits, he's in and he covers like in a minute. I didn't count, but he goes through easily like 20, 30 bars. Like he goes through it so quick, but he's not even like rapping fast. He's just flowing through it.
Right,
He's got
it flowed really well together.
crazy good like wordplay, nothing too fancy, but it's still fun. Some super just out of pocket like lyrics that like
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw some.
there's some just crazy stuff in there. You take your pick. But like yeah, and I think it like really captures what people fell in love with Jack Harlow is he's got good flow.
He's white.
He's got good flow. He is fun rapper with good wordplay, and like his beats just go super hard too, and he fits on his beats really well, and that's why I just feel like him and Lil Dicky are just two peas in a pod.
You saw the episode.
I only bring that up because I just watched the Dave episode, which we could definitely talk about since this is Jack Harlow. For those of you who have not seen the TV show Dave on
You're missing out.
FX or Hulu, go watch seasons 1, 2, and then catch up on 3 real quick, and then come finish the rest of this episode. Because Cullen here put me on that show. I grinded it. We're both caught up. What did you think of that new episode?
The new episode was great. I mean,
It was such
like
a
you
good
said earlier, it was
episode.
kind of like it was random, but it was so good. I love Rachel McAdams, and the fact that Dave was like sitting there flirting with her and getting her number, and he's
You're
like,
probably like living through
I
it.
was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is
you're-
such a good episode. I'm fangirling the whole time.
It's because you grew up on those rom-coms, and so that
Yeah, I
side of you
did.
came out in the middle of a Dave episode, and you're like, "What's
Yeah.
happening?"
And then everyone was just mean to him for no reason.
I know. I was
Jack
so
Harlow was
sad.
being mean to him. They're all like, "Did you sit in this bathroom waiting to get a picture? Like, what is going on?"
Bro, the amount of times he sniffed Dave too was just wild.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
I've been impressed by like Jack Harlow's acting ability and like some of the things I've seen him. And after watching that episode, I kind of want to watch his new White Men Can't Jump movie. Quick plug.
we
That like
still don't
it,
have
like,
the rights to it.
it like just came out, but after like seeing how good he was in Dave, I was like, oh dang, I really want to watch him in that now. But
Yeah, I was thinking of just throwing it on when I'm like busy. It's not really like I don't care, so I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
intently watch it. But
there's no way it's gonna be like that like deep of a story or anything, but a fun one
Nah.
nonetheless. But yeah, so that was Hey Big Head at an A for me. I don't know what would have pushed it to an S. I don't know.
a
Maybe
chorus.
a chorus, bro.
A banger chorus.
Maybe, or like a good like bridge with like a catchy hook or something. But overall, I really liked it. Fun song. He goes hard. But my other A tier song is 210s by CORDAE and Anderson .Paak. Right off the bat, I'll just say one of my favorite things about this song is just the back and forth between these two rappers. It is so much
Yeah.
fun to listen to.
I like that.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things when rappers do that, and they do it so well. So here it is. And that beat too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn the beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 2 friends and they both 10s looking nice. 2 bent, I should call it quits, but I'm not. No chances, we all dance in the light. Tell me what's the odds, we can all get a bite.
Okay, the last time we tried that, it didn't end well. Plus, you never know the story that they friends tell. And off the brown liquor, nigga feel like Denzel.
Out in Washington, in the DC with a chocolate bitch. Lil freak bitch, get geeked off erratic shit.
So what you do?
Shut the club up like so y'all
Man,
can
that's
get
that other shit. Paying child support through the government. Joint custody weekends, you can't touch the
Man, I love this bitch. We gon' travel and fill up the bucket list. How about 10 kids on the ranch on some southern
You
shit?
mean sucker shit. Slaves to the pussy since you discovered it. 10 bands on Chanel purse, that's bad budgeting. Plus you niggas always together is mad smothering. You simping over bitches, I never thought it would come to this.
Why you always mad? I just wanna have fun with it. The winters ain't bad when you cruising in the summer with 2 friends and they.
Yeah, and then it just goes in the chorus, and then one more verse after that.
Yeah.
But they go so well together, and like I haven't looked if CORDAE and Anderson .Paak have like more music together, but I feel like they've got like such similar flows that it would just make sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like that
Like you
beat,
said, they have that back and forth, and
yeah,
it
it's
sounds so good because it's not. There's no breaks. There's no bad pauses. Like it just flows one line into another really, really well. It works.
yeah, the editing that they did on that song was so well. I don't know how they set up like the studio for it. If they did that in the same take of just going back and forth, that would be ridiculous.
I could see them doing it.
I could. It's one of those songs where it sounds like they had a lot of fun on it. They flowed really well. The beat is just so catchy and so simple, but I feel like a simple beat is what you need for a song like this, where the focus is on the storytelling and the artist more so than just like the song as an entity, you know? And like with Hey Big Head, I think it was part beat, part Jack Harlow. It's part what the instruments are doing, and like a just banging beat to blast in your car, but also like his lyrics on top of that add to it. This is
Yeah.
two separate things. Whereas you got the beat that just kind of supports CORDAE and Anderson, while Anderson and CORDAE are like taking the main stage more so than like coming together with the beat. And I feel like you see that with like story songs a lot of the time. It's less about the beat and more about the lyrics, and that's what you see here.
Yeah.
But it's just such an all around just fun song. Yeah, I think it just sits at A for me because while it is like a fun song, and while I do like those back and forth songs and those story type songs, I don't think it's one that you just bump all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what was the NF one off his Clouds album that was like about like the person robbing a grocery store? Like, that's not just a song that like,
Story.
yeah, story. Like, that's not just a song that like you listen to all the time or with your friends or whatever, right?
It's
Like,
not something you throw on at a bar mitzvah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, you don't just play that at a bar mitzvah. I guess that's the way to put this. This isn't a bar mitzvah song. I wouldn't play this at my bar mitzvah if I ever had one and I was Jewish and 15. Like, if those were like the criteria, if I was Jewish and 15, this would not be on the set list.
I think that is the criteria for a bar mitzvah.
But yeah, still all around great song. I like what they did on it. But all right,
I'd play it at your bar mitzvah, but whatever.
that's why you weren't invited to my bar mitzvah. All right, next up we have "I Love You, I Hate You" by Little Sims. Not "I Love You, I Hate You," but who did that song? The one that we
No
keep thinking.
idea.
No idea. The Logic producer? Just kidding. No, it's "I Love You." Oh my gosh. Who was that? Now we got to get this
Now
out
I
of our
gotta
heads.
Google it.
Yeah. Pause on monthly music. If you're at home, you can play along with us. See if you can figure it out before us.
You probably don't have to Google it. Probably have the answer.
Nash. I hate that. I love you. Yeah, it's by Nash. I knew it was like
That's crazy because I was gonna say Alessia Cara. So
I knew it was by like a group that started with G, because I always wanted to say it was a different group that started with G. Gunger. I always wanted to say it was Gunger, but it's Nash. But anyways, this is "I Love You, I Hate You" by Little Sims.
Star Wars type beat.
I was gonna say Rocky type beat.
So much, I would give my life for this. If the bullet was the beat, I would probably die for this. How many times did I cry for this? I would hate myself if I didn't at least try for this. What's at stake is bigger than me. Blood, tears, how it stains, can't rid it with ease. What we have in common is our pain. We're given the keys to unlock what it takes to fight for what we believe in. Hard to confront the truth of what you see in the mirror. Some people you inspire and others you trigger. Fighting in blind faith led by the internal voice. You might not want to do it, but you don't have a choice. Will the pressure take me to new heights or be my demise? Will my intentions coincide with what I advise? The people looking up to me doing everything right. But who am I to tell anyone how to live their life? Your pain threshold will determine if you survive. I'm amazed by it. Lying to myself, pretending I was never faced by it. Maybe because you're in my DNA, that's why.
Yeah, I know that
I
you're
love
like,
you.
no, I love the sample on this. That's one of my like my favorite parts about this is the sample is so good. I love the just funk sound to it with that bass and that switch up from the intro where like you're saying, like it's like a movie intro almost. Star Wars,
Mhm.
Rocky, whatever, you can take your pick. It's definitely like a movie intro. And then like it cuts out and then just like that bass just comes in and someone's just plucking it and those drums are just
I
beating
love
away
you.
and like I just really like Little Sim's flow too. I feel like she's just got such a good flow that I mean this whole verse was what 22 bars, I want to say. Like she flew through that easily, and it all sounded like it was all just like one breath. Like her flow is one of my favorite things about her. Her wordplay is so much fun. She could just switch up like um rhyme schemes without you even realizing that she's moved on to like a new rhyme pattern. Like, yeah, it's just I just love how she raps. And I think this is such a good song because um yeah, it's just about like her relationship with her dad and like the struggle she's had in that. She's very real about it. And if you go and listen to this album, like she's just very real in general. I mean, the album is called um Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. And like if you have an album that right off the bat is telling you that you're just questioning your existence and questioning, just your whole personality and stuff, like yeah, you're gonna have most albums gonna be deep like this. But it's not like a depressing song either. Like it's still upbeat and stuff. And yeah, it's just such a fun song. Like you were saying in that chorus, the sampled chorus is just so much fun to sing.
I love you.
Yeah, I love it. So it's one of those songs that like I can't explain like my favorite parts of it. It's just a feeling, I guess. And yeah,
It's one of them ones.
just one of them ones. But my last S tier, Silvertooth. That's funny that ASAP Ferg is credited first because it's Armani White's song featuring
Yeah.
ASAP Ferg. Yeah, it's not even alphabetical. I guess maybe the $ would take precedence over an R. But anyways, this is
Symbols, I think.
yeah. Silvertooth by Armani White and ASAP Ferg. It's a Malcolm in the Middle type song.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond and to run. First order of biz, no snitching. I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. Birthday, got another hit, no flinching. And tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. And with distance, she on the class trying to get her ass bigger. She think I'm a last cause I got a pass with her. And I ain't trying to let her down, but I'm that nigga. If you was trying to settle down, get a fat nigga. Wax on, pull up in the city with a nice jump. Lights off. Lights on, Chinese throw the chicken, need a wipe to throw the rice on. Pull up double park with all the ice on. Pick 'em like, she running up, she one of them. She pay a bill, she fuck it up. 52nd Street, I double down, then I doubled up. 2023, and I'm the only nigga coming up, yeah.
Can't stop till we all up in. I drop it the whole.
Such a just fun song. Like I said, Malcolm in the Middle type beat for sure. That's why I like it. Is it just reminds me of like that those TV shows that I would watch growing up, like Fresh Prince, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. It
Just
reminded
kinda
me of
like-
like an early 2000s like
Yeah,
comedy movie.
yeah.
And
Oh,
that's playing in the
yeah.
background at the very beginning of the movie.
Or like when they're
It
getting
reminded me
some
of like
high
White
drinks.
Chicks.
I could see that. No, I could
Like
see
the
that.
beginning of White Chicks type vibes. Is it like pans down over like a sunny like California town? You're like,
Yeah,
yeah, like that's a California town.
California type beat for sure. Nah, it's definitely a fun one. Yeah, this first verse was Armani White. ASAP Ferg comes in later, which ASAP Ferg came in, and that man has a much deeper voice than I would have imagined.
Yeah,
I don't
Ferg has a
listen.
deep verse.
Yeah, I
voice.
would deep verse.
He's
I
got a
would-
deep verse.
I haven't listened to like a lot of like ASAP Mob songs in general, and so like I couldn't tell you the difference between all of them, except Rocky like has a baby with Rihanna. But
Nice.
right, he's the one that has a baby with Rihanna.
Yeah, that just
Yeah.
has nothing to do with his music.
Not at all. But yeah, and so Ferg comes on later, and I'm like, oh, that's Ferg. But anyways, I want to point out in this song, at the beginning of his verse, he says, "I try to keep it silent." Or he says, "First order of biz, no snitching. I tried to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen." And then it does that, "Happy birthday. I got another hit, no flinching."
Mm-hmm.
I haven't dug too deep into it, but I feel like that first bar is a dig at Tyler the Creator. Because on another Tyler the Creator song, oh my gosh, I think it's a Flower Boy. Maybe it was before that. But he has a song where he's doing his verse, and I don't know where he goes, "Happy birthday." Exactly the same, sounds the exact same. And that song, or that line specifically, is a diss at Hobson, because Hobson had originally dissed Tyler about, like, you know, these goofy kids making music, da 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 da. Tyler being outlandish and
Yeah.
stuff. So then Tyler not only made like this like a diss verse about Hobson in the song, but he released the song on Hobson's birthday. And that's why in the song he goes happy birthday and then goes into like his like diss of Hobson, because it's pointing fingers, right? Now we have Armani White not only using like the almost exact same audio, it sounds like, but saying, you know, no snitching. I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. I got another hit, no flinching. Tell him to watch that I can fit both wrists in. So it sounds like he's like flexing on Tyler, and almost like he's got some sort of secret on Tyler. I don't know like what it would be. I mean, he says no snitching. Try to keep it tight. Maybe Armani White has like outed Tyler in some way, but I don't know. It just, I want to look into it more, but it's just always a fun part that when I listen to him, I'm like, is he taking shots at Tyler right there?
Bro's
But
making rap beef that they don't even know about. That's crazy.
yeah.
Hopefully this blows up and we can get it on the news.
Yeah, imagine Tyler's like, what are you saying? What? Because I think the song, he says 2023, so I think the song came out this year. So it'd be weird if it all of a sudden, if Flower Boy came out 2017-ish, 2018. It's like 6 years later, he's still on that. But maybe we'll do like a dissect type video of these songs and try and figure out what this beef is. But anyways, it's just all around a fun song. Great beat, great vibe, great verse. It's just so much fun, and it's one that like you
It
can
is.
just
It's a real good one.
you just sit there bobbing to, just having a good time. That's why it's my top song. Definitely S tier for me. Great chorus, great. They're just doing so much in the song, but it's not too much. They're just having fun with it, and I just love it so much. And it's just a good party song. And this would probably be like the song I play like 6 times at my bar mitzvah if I had to choose. But
I don't think they would allow that during your bar mitzvah, but
hey
it
man,
is a good one.
if Lil Dicky can play at a kid's bar mitzvah in the show Dave, quick plug, then I can play this song 6 times. No. But that's my tier list. Those are my top 5 songs. Yeah.
It really was just a bad month.
I know, I'm scared to see what you have. If you said that you didn't have any doubles and these are the best 5.
Those aren't the best. Those aren't even top 10. I think we only had 10 songs.
Honestly, we might have only had 10 songs.
We had like just under 20. I counted when I was at the eye doctor yesterday. But
It's funny.
yeah, terrible tier list. Be sure to skip this one and go over to number 2.
Yes, if you
Watch
just
mine.
watched this whole video, feel free to skip it for any future rewatches.
I said that on purpose since I said something last time about what did I say last time? And it was
You're like,
already
make
the
sure
end
you
of the
watch
video.
the whole video.
Yeah,
Make
something
sure you
like
watch
that.
the whole thing. I know you
so
got
thought
to
I'd
this
bring
point.
that back.
I know you're at minute 26 or wherever we're at, but make sure you watch the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, go watch video number 2, and then when you make it all the way through that one, be sure to watch video number trace.
Yeah, if you just hate all the songs that we both picked, don't even watch 3 because that tier list doesn't matter
You
to you.
should pick 3 because we probably will rank them in a way that doesn't make sense to you.
That's true. Yell at us. Tell us how they all should get 10.
Rewatching our last 3rd video, I was like, how did I rank that above this song when on the tier
I
list it
always-
was under this song? As I was
Really?
rewatching the video, I was like, I ranked on our top 10, I ranked one song higher, but on the tier list it was lower. And that
But the
Yeah, but
the top 10 list is both of us combined. So like maybe my
I was the one that said to put it there.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I was the
that's on
one.
you then.
I was
That's
like,
on you.
yeah, I was like, put that there. It's a better song. And then I realized that on the tier list, I said it was the worst of the 2.
yeah, that's 100% on you. But
Yeah.
make sure you guys keep an eye out for part 2 and the finale. And we will catch you guys later.